Hi there, Brandi Belgarde here. I work for the support center in Okanohan County in Washington State. I'll leave our office's contact information in the comments below the video after I post it. The support center is located in Okanohan, Washington. The address is 619 2nd Avenue South. And our phone number is 509-826-3221, and it's a 24-hour, 7 days a week crisis line as well. So no matter what day, what time it is, you'll always get somebody if you need to talk. So last video we did session 2 of the safety plan. This time we're going to do session 3. We left off talking about what domestic violence is, some behavior tactics, violence continuums, abuse. Doesn't happen just once, and then I left a video in the comments for you guys to watch. Hopefully some of you will be able to watch it. It was a really good video. So this week, during this session, we are going to talk about who are victims, barriers that stop victims from leaving, and then there will be another video that I'll post a link to in the comments as well. So first of all, one of the big myths about victims is people who are victims of domestic violence must be doing something to provoke their partner. Not true at all. The fact is that batterers just often justify using violence by saying that their partners provoked them, but in fact this is just an empty excuse to avoid taking responsibility for their behavior. Batterers use violence or other abusive behaviors because they have learned that it can control their partner and get them exactly what they want from them. So who are victims? Simply being female is one of the single greatest factors that increases one's risk of becoming a victim. Domestic violence, aside from this, there are no clear methods or lists of characteristics that can determine who future victims can be. Nearly 1/3 of American women report experiencing physical or sexual abuse from an intimate partner in their lifetime. Many battered women experience abuse during pregnancy and other parts of their lives as well. Victims of domestic violence can also be of any age, race, religion, culture, socioeconomical level, single or married, gay, lesbian, straight. It has no biases, no racist. Violence can be in anybody's relationship. According to the Bureau of Justice statistics, 85% of domestic violence victims are female, such as the language in this section will be characterized the victims in such manner as female. Of course, some domestic violence victims are male, and some people who batter are women, so it can go both ways. But in this section, we'll use more of a she and he type thing. So let's move on. So why is it difficult for someone to leave a violent or abusive relationship? So many people ask, if it's so bad, why doesn't she leave? This question blames the victim instead of holding the batterer responsible for his behavior. Additionally, this blaming question does not show knowledge of how difficult it can be to leave. In reality, the reality is that battered women do leave, but leaving does not guarantee their safety. So violence often escalates after the victim decides to leave their partner. So the following that I'll be going over is a list of battered women, what battered women may face trying to leave an abusive relationship. What is inspiring is that despite of all of these very real barriers to leaving, many battered women do safely leave to make a new life for themselves. However, it is important for society to keep in mind that it is very difficult to leave and to refrain from making judgmental statements that blame the victim. So there's about, 10 different scenarios or or reasons that I'm going to go over. I'm just going to read them to you because I want you to get all the information that it has here. So the first one is fear. For many domestic violence victims, fear is their abuser's reaction. Fear of their abuser's reaction keeps them from leaving. The abuser may have threatened to harm her if she were to ever leave. The victim may be afraid that the abuser would find her wherever she may go. This fear is realistic. Leaving is often a time when violence gets worse. The next one is lack of money. The batterer may control their money, and she may not be able to access it. Not having money can limit her options for moving out and caring for herself and her children. She may fear becoming homeless, and this too is a realistic fear. Over half of the homeless women and children in our country are that way because of domestic violence. Let me read that again. Over half of homeless women and children in our country are homeless because of domestic violence. That's huge. Some women with children may stay in a financially secure yet violent situation because they feel guilty about the prospect of their children struggling. Others may stay because they literally have nowhere to go. The next one is children. A woman dealing with abuse may fear that she will lose her children if she leaves. This is because many abusers or batterers threaten to take custody of the children if their partner were to leave. She may fear without any money, she will have trouble getting an attorney and securing custody of her children. Some batterers may threaten to take the children out of the country so that she will never see them again. Additionally, some batterers behave abusively at home but seem to be upstanding citizens to the rest of the world. She may be afraid that no one will believe what is really happening at home, including the courts, and that this will impact custody. Likewise, some batterers may threaten to harm the children if she leaves. Some women may also feel pressure to remain in the relationship for the sake of keeping the family together for the children. Next, isolation. Often a batterer will isolate his partner from friends and family members. He may restrict her from seeing them or make it uncomfortable for them to be around. Cutting her off from people who support and care about her increases his power over her. He also may reinforce the idea that he is the only one who really cares about her. Other times, friends and family get frustrated with the situation and get tired of trying to help her. They may not understand how much harder it is to be in an abusive relationship than merely looking in from the outside. Isolation truly can increase a batterer's control over his partner. Societal, cultural, and religious pressure. Someone who is being abused may feel social pressure to stay in the relationship. Females in our society are typically socialized to value relationships and be caretakers. The pressure of this caretaking role may be combined with the batterer's pressure on her to stay with him and help him change. Some women may have been taught that they have more value in a relationship than as an individual. Divorce may not be an option in one's culture or religion. In some cultures, there may be a fear that airing problems like domestic violence will only further marginalize or oppress the cultural group. She may be getting pressure from her religious community to stay with him, make it work, and keep the family together. She may also be feeling pressure from family or friends to try to work things out with her partner. Gay or lesbians may fear that their partner will out them. So that's another topic that I'll touch base on in another video. but it's just as important and just as vital information for no matter who you are, where you are, what race you are, religion, sex, gender, anything. It doesn't have, like I said, it's not racist to take anybody's life. Emotional investment, love and hope. She may still love him and hope that his abusive behavior will stop. She may not want the relationship to end, just the abuse. She may want the father for her children or a partner for herself. She may fear that he is right and that no one else will love her. Older and or vulnerable adults. Older victims of abuse may have trouble leaving as well. Older victims often do not seek help. They may have traditional views about what it means to be a husband, wife, mother, or father, and may be accepting of abuse. Further, they and other types of vulnerable victims may be dependent on their abusers for assistance with eating, bathing, mobility, medications, or getting to the doctor. They may also feel that it is too late to make significant changes in their lives. The next one is immigration issues. If she is an immigrant to this country, she may fear that he will follow through on threats to report her to Immigration and Customs Enforcement, other known as ICE, or get her deported if she leaves him. She may be isolated by not knowing English, and he may not allow her to learn it. She may also have been kept from getting job training and being financially dependent on him. Lowered self-esteem. Although low self-esteem does not cause a person to be in an abusive relationship, being in an abusive relationship does often lower self-esteem. Abuse takes a toll on how someone feels about themselves. Some women experience depression, which can lower their energy level and make it harder to act on their own behalf. Will leaving stop the abuse? Many domestic violence survivors who have left their abusers claim that once they lost hope that the abuser would change, they were ready to leave. While leaving in a violent relationship stops the abuse, for some, it is important to know that leaving does not automatically guarantee that the abuse will stop. The abuser may report to other tactics, such as misusing the legal system, using the kids, refusing to pay child support, or stalking, to name a few examples. Leaving, to name a few examples. Those were the examples. Leaving is often a dangerous time and can increase risk for more violence. The reality is not meant to discourage someone from leaving an abusive relationship, but rather to encourage someone to leave safely and with support and help. Safety planning and a trusted support network are critical for leaving safely and successfully. Many people do safely leave their abusers and go on to lead happy, healthy, productive lives free of violence. So that wraps up session 3. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear them. You can comment below, or you can email me or give me a call. Like I said, our advocates are available 24/7, 7 days a week, any hour of the day. And I hope you guys enjoy these little videos, and I'll see you next time.